And today what I'm going to be doing is some piping work to try and get some nice little flowers within my resin. Now I'm a bit hit and miss with this technique, and this can be a difficult technique to master, so I'm going to quickly show you how I do it and the results that I get. And you should never worry if when you do it the first time or even the second time if it doesn't work out. All these things do take a little bit of practice, and even us that make these videos, we're not perfect and we have disasters as well. So let's see if this is going to be a success or a disaster. I've got my resin mixed up now, and I use this 4-hour quick cure resin, and I'm distributing it amongst the pots that I'm going to put colour into. Now I haven't mixed up the resin yet that I'm going to pour these colours in, because I don't want that to start to cure yet. So evenly distributing my 3 colours out, and now I've put a little bit into one of the pots because this is my central colour, and this is just going to be a little bit of lovely sparkly glitter. I'm using titanium white, and this is my own mixture of titanium white. It's really easy to make and it gives a great colour. But make sure you mix whatever you're using in really thoroughly to ensure that you don't get any spots or unmixed bits. And the rest of the ones I'm going to be using are colours that are mica powders. I can't remember what colours I've chosen, and as you know I'm colourblind, so I can't tell you what they were. I should have written them down, but I just didn't. But again, making sure that you're mixing all these in. Now this is the easiest way that I find to fill up my piping bags. I take a pot, I roll down my piping bag like this, place it over the pot, and then just pour the resin in. Give it a quick finger to make sure that you've got the hole and it's not going to make a mess, and then just pour the resin in slowly, so you're not introducing lots of bubbles, because you don't want to introduce bubbles at this point. I always keep a little bit back just in case I might need that for something else. And then I roll up my bag like this, tighten it down by pushing down the resin into the point again so there's no air in there, and then twisting that top. And then rather than tie a knot in that, because I always find that so fiddly, especially when you've got gloves on and things, I put a little bit of tape around that top, just a piece of sellotape, and I find that that keeps that really nicely secure and prevents that from untwisting. Just makes life a little bit easier for me. And then I don't want all this baggy top hanging around, because I know what I'm like. I'm likely just to push that into what I've just piped out, or get it into something else and make a mess. So I just trim it off like that. And then as I'm preparing these, I put them into that pot or a similar pot just to sit there while I'm getting ready to use them. So now they're all completed. I've mixed up my resin, and I'm pouring this in about 1/3 up into these moulds, because they're quite deep moulds and I don't want to over pour. There's no point in that. And then what I'll do is I'll allow that to level out, and then once I'm happy and I've got enough resin in there to get the effects that I want, I will then start to go over this using my heat gun. And the reason I do that is not only does it pop the bubbles, but it also warms up this resin a little bit more to make it a little bit more fluid. Then I go in with my center pieces of the glitter. Again, this is lovely and sparkly. And I like to put a centerpiece in, but you don't have to. This is not a step that you need to do. If you want to just do the blossoms or the flowers, then do that without having to, worry about putting this in. And now I nip off just the very end of the piping bags, because I don't want this to be too thick. And now pipe it around in the shapes that you want. Now I'm going to do 3 different shapes in this to see how they come out. And like I said, I am a bit hit and miss with these often, and I don't always get the results that I'm looking for, but I think that's fairly true of all of us. So again, going round with this other colour, putting that in, allowing that just to sit, not knocking them or shaking them at this stage, nipping it off the white, and then putting the white in on top of that. Or, well, it's not quite on top, it's around it, and in some places it is slightly on top, but as you can see, it's around. Putting a bit in the middle. And now moving on to the second one. I just want to say an awesome thank you to all my members whose names are coming up now. And these are members of my channel. We have a great laugh. There's a great community and we help and support each other, show each other our work and help each other with different bits. Plus there's also additional videos for members. If you want to become a member, the link for that is in the description below. So as you can see, this one I have kind of crossed over the colours, and now I'm going in with this, I think it's red, going in with this red and doing the same sorts of things. Oh, and my wonderful people that bought me coffees last month, look how many people. This was such an outpouring of love and support, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am, so thank you very much. Going around with me white with a little spiral, and then again on top of that with a little bit of this other colour. Could be blue, could be purple, not sure. And now what I'll do is I will leave those for a few seconds and then take the blunt end of a micro stick and just do some swirls in the middle. Now, depending on how deep you go will depend on the effect that you get, and you'll see that towards the end. But I do like to swirl. I never can leave anything alone. I have to have a little swirl and a little push through as well. So this one makes lots of little different petals. The middle one I leave as it is, and the far end I leave as it is. Now what I'm doing here is heating it again, getting rid of any of those naughty bubbles that come up with the heat gun. Don't use a torch, because a torch will just weld this to the mould, it will ruin it. Once that's done and I'm happy with that, I leave this and let it cure. Well, these have all cured now, so it's just a case of taking them out of the mould. Now I think they all look really pretty from this side, which isn't always a great indication, because they might not have come out nicely on the other side. Oh, that one has. That one, I think, has come out lovely. A lot of 3D looking petals and things in this. This mould is getting a bit past it now. I have purchased a new one, which will hopefully give me better results going forward. So I quite like that one. And I like the swirl going around there. And that's because I swirled the inside of it. So look at this one. Oh, and that one has come out nice as well. You see, I am hit and miss with this technique, but if you do it with a piping bag, I do find that I get a better result 19% of the time. And this one, that one I think looks nicer that side, definitely, than that side. It kind of hasn't come out as nice as I hoped. That side. So that's what I mean about being a bit hit and miss. But to be honest, I think that's the case with that. You know, when we see these ones that are made perfectly, and they do make them perfectly, and they are beautiful, there's very few of them that say, but do you know what? I also had these ones that didn't go right. So don't feel ever that you're not good enough or that you're not ever going to get it right, because none of us really do. We all make mistakes and we all have things that don't turn out how we expected it to. So don't ever let it get you down and stop you doing it, because you will get there in the end with it. And not everybody gets everything perfect all the time. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please boot the like button. It really does help my videos to get out there. I very much appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, then hit that subscribe button. I will leave links to everything that I've used today in the description below. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee just to say thank you for my videos, then the link for that is in the description below as well. Be sure to check out the video that I've got coming up next, which is on feathering, which is without using alcohol inks. I think you find that one really useful, because I'm not a lover of alcohol inks in resin. I do think they look beautiful, but they fade so quickly. Take care, enjoy your resin, bye.